So some of you guys may recognize this vehicle. It's been in and out of the shop quite a bit. We've been doing a lot to this rig. As you can see, it's already outfitted with the tent, rotopacks, our full X-Cap system as well. But what you don't know is he used to have some of these carrier plates on the outside. So what we've done is we've developed these new standoff brackets. These are our standoff bracket 2.0s. And what that's gonna do is enable this customer to mount our existing carrier plates that he already had to the inside. So these were completely redesigned so they can mount to the inside properly and still accommodate the X-Cap. So we've got his power tank right here where he's gonna run a power tank. He's got his propane tank in here, and then a variety of some other items that he's already mounted to these carrier plates that we couldn't reinstall with the new X-Cap. So, to be honest with you, this is actually one of the driving forces to come out with this new standoff bracket number 2, so we can reinstall what he's already got on this vehicle. So, beautiful build. Check this thing out. I mean, it is fully set up here. Massive battery, power station, full red arc and Renergy system. We're also going to be installing a hot water system on this thing. I mean, you can go and live out of this thing for the next month if you wanted to. Beautiful setup. Beautiful JL in our favorite color, obviously, orange. So we're upgrading this gentleman's axles to a high pinion Curry Dana 60. This thing is going to be a beast. Keeping the suspension the same. We're also adding some PSC steering so he can turn these massive tires on these massive axles very easily. So anything you see on here we can do, not an issue at all. Look at this beautiful, beautiful work of art. Hey guys, check out what we got here in the shop. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a tour in the variety of the vehicles we have. This is a beautiful Toyota Land Cruiser we've got here. We're throwing some Old Man Emu replacement coilovers with some reservoirs on here to improve that ride and give it a little bit of an increase in height. And also some Old Man Emu up and control arms here, which are also going to give you much better articulation, a little more down travel, and make this thing ride beautifully. Out in the back, we're adding some Icon rear control arms or trailing arms, along with some coil springs. It's gonna give this a little bit more ride quality and also give it the ability to hold a little more of the accessories that you want to take on some of your camping trips and your overland experiences. So this is gonna be a great build. It's a beautiful vehicle to begin with. But man, wait till we're done with this thing. We got Guy over here putting everything on, master technician. He's gonna knock it out of the park for us. Who loves JKs? I know I do. This thing has been an absolutely gorgeous build. So what we're doing on this thing, you can see it's all torn apart right now. Changing out the axles. And he's going from our single shock recon kit over to our dual shock, our DSS system. So this thing's been custom powder coated the same color as his recon kit, actually a little bit darker to match the paint on this vehicle. So he's going big. We're gonna change it out to a coilover and a bypass shock, going bigger axles on this thing. It's gonna be amazing when we're all done. Here's another great example of some of the mild to wild builds. Right here, this gentleman decided to upgrade to 1350 drive shafts from Adams Drive Shaft, one of the most trusted brands that we offer here at Rebel Off-Road. He's already running on one of the ST3 kits from TerraFlex on this thing. So we just want to beef this up a little bit more and add some peace of mind of knowing if you are going to take this thing out and really pump it on the rocks, your drive shafts are not going to blow up, slip out, get crazy pinion angle. It's a 1350 drive shaft that will last a long, long time. They're all custom built to your length and specifications. And we're going to be throwing this on the Rubicon JL diesel. Beautiful rig, super, super clean. All right, so one thing that I wanted to show you guys is not everything we do here at Rebel is over the top and extreme. Some guys just like a basic lift kit, but we don't do just the standard puck kits very often. Usually our 3-inch kit are gonna consist of springs, a really nice shock that is tunable, a nice speed bump, so if you do blow through all the wheel travel here on the shock, the speed bump kicks in and gives you some additional dampening. We also threw on some upper and lower control arms on this one to give it better articulation and much better geometry. So this guy's running on stock axles, not a crazy wild build, but it's very, very nice, very clean, it's understated. This thing's gonna look gorgeous once it's on the ground too.